For this video, we're going to be focusing on the e-safety brochure, and we're going to be looking at how to improve that brochure and how to make it fit for purpose and to do some final tweaks to improve. We're going to be looking at some real students' past brochures and having a look and seeing how we could potentially improve them. So the first thing to do is to make sure that you have reread the task. All right. Well, after you've completed your presentation, or at least you think you have, it's important to go back to the original task. And that's true of all school tasks that you're asked to do, to go back and look at the original question and check, have you actually finished? Have you included information on how to stay safe online? Things like online security, keeping passwords safe, for example, how to actually report issues and get help, and have you included suitable images? And that idea of suitable images is really important. The task includes briefly outlining what you're planning to have in each of the pages and actually planning those pages. So simply presenting your final result is not enough to get good marks. You need to show that you've actually planned it out and you've had done some preparation. So there is space in your workbook for a list of the resources you need, and even to have copies of those images at the top of your page. We also have explicitly the task to evaluate your brochure. Have you met the requirements? Are your images suitable? Are your colours stylish without using too many colours or inappropriate mixes? Thinking of errors that you might have made in Unit 2. Does your brochure make good use of space? Do you have too much on one page and not enough on another? And trying to make sure that you have included things that other people haven't. Put some originality into your work. So here's our first example. You'll see that this particular student's work is fairly image rich. Okay, there's lots and lots of images. They have a nice little puzzle to do at the end, which is a nice little touch. Some reasonable information on these middle pages. These middle pages are completely independent. And you'll remember from the setup of Publisher, if you're in two-page spread mode, then you can actually merge these two pages together and treat them as a single page, which looks really good. This particular brochure did not gain high marks. It has a lot of images on it, but very little content. So consider whether or not your presentation also has too many images, not enough word content. This second example has far more content in terms of writing. All right, this person has written some content and has also illustrated those with images. So in general, the content is much better. However, look at the color. Text like this is very difficult to read on that background. So going a little bit over the top with color, particularly these kind of graduated backgrounds, can make the presentation very difficult to read. This third brochure, on the other hand, is nicely styled, very original, very busy, you'll notice. So one criticism I would say with this front cover is that it's actually quite difficult to look at for a long period of time. The content in the middle, though, is fairly rich, nice and clear. Fairly well laid out, probably needs a few extra decorative images on this third page perhaps. And the fourth page keeps the kind of theme of the front cover and is a very nice sort of close off. When your presentation is ready and completed, the best thing to do is to pop to the File menu and export Create PDF and click the Create PDF button. Choose the N drive to save locally to the computer. So that means you can print your workbook into this position underneath My Final Brochure in your workbook. Insert, File, and then when you select your brochure, click on Insert as Printout. The brochure itself, including any spelling mistakes in the file name, the PDF itself will be uploaded to your OneNote, and also copies of the pages will be printed underneath. You can even pick these pages up and move them so that the middle pages actually appear as a proper double page spread. So good luck with the finishing off and the adjustment of your leaflets.